I was watching a video when this girl brought up the word impermanence, and it really inspired me to write. Impermanence is the state of not lasting forever, or things always changing. And I think we as people tend to forget that. To give you a little bit more about me, I have dealt with depression for a good chunk of my life. Depression never seemed to go away, and I believed it always seemed to be around, and that was never true. I trained myself to believe that depression was a lifestyle and thought I was deserving of it. Turns out it wasn't true. It took years for me to rewire my brain to believe that I am worth something and that things do change even when it seems like it's not going to. That stagnation is kind of haunting. Why do plants have different stages? Why do animals evolve, and we as humans, why do we evolve and change? When we were kids, we were innocent. We saw the world in such a magical light, making mud pies in the dirt, putting grass, stones, flowers, or whatever we can find to make a stew or a potion. To also saying some of the sweetest things, to feeling like you got punched in the gut. But yet, kids have always been themselves, until something happens. They live in a sort of freedom that we tend to lose. Maybe this is a thing for me, but I feel like a lot of people lose a part of themselves. There are times when I'm at work or out in the world and a little girl says, "You're so pretty," and I can't help but smile and having it make my day. Or I'll see kids just being kids by screaming, throwing tantrums, crying, complaining, or just being joyful. But you know what? I think a part of me believes that kids know things don't last, and I think that's why they want certain things. When I was in this depression, I had addictions that I thought were really healthy for me. VR chat, gaming consistently, drinking, being in friendships and situations that I never thought I would be in, and I believed that they all helped me, until I realized how harmful they were for me. And then one day it just came to me. I snapped into reality and realized, whoa, I don't want to live like this anymore. So, time to make a change, right? Seeing my family on birthdays, events, or even just for a dinner would make my day so much better. Even talking to one of my siblings, my day would just be a whole lot brighter. And if you have pets, they always make your life better, and that is no joke. I have been around pets for so many years of my life, and I don't plan on not having one. My cats, who I've had for years now, know how much I love them. They were with me when I was at my lowest. They listened to me cry, talk to myself, and saw me through my highs of my life. Me singing to them, to me picking them up just to kiss them or give them some sort of cuddles. Yes, sometimes they would meow and not want any of it, but at the end of the day, I knew that they loved it and they appreciated my affection towards them. When looking back at memories, I really do remember that they don't last. Even when it does feel like they're going to stay like that forever, they really do come and go. One of my favorite quotes is, "Memories are encoded most strongly when we're paying attention." And I believe that's where a lot of trauma stems from too. But I think that's also how memories don't last, or how things don't last in general. Memories come and go, and life come and goes. And if you couldn't tell, I have a habit of looking into the brain or how things go. I always tend to see the brighter things in life because I know how dark it can be at times. Even though I know sometimes my brightness is too much for certain people, but I hope it shows some lightness in their lives. There are days sometimes where I would judge myself for even thinking negatively or like, gosh, why are you thinking this way? And then in reality, I just gave myself some grace. Now whenever I feel overwhelmed, stressed, or have some sort of anxiety, I say, all right, I'm feeling this way, now what? How do I make it better? How can I make myself feel safe? Those are the little things that I do that change my brain chemistry. Impermanence is a state of not lasting forever, and I think that's why people create things, and so that they can live forever. like a picture or a digital footprint or books. Those are some of my favorite sort of media. Books can be so popular and then be left behind until years later somebody picks it up and ends up loving it. There is a book that I recently found that I want to bring up before ending this topic. Pure Human: The Hidden Truth of Our Divinity, Power, and Destiny. And I believe a lot of us need to hear that or understand that things are changing and we might need to take a chance to live in the moment, look at our life, and see how we can change for the better. You don't have to take my advice or just listen to me, but these are the little things that I've noticed that personally improved my life and those around me. And like I said, even when it doesn't feel like it's going to last forever, these things do. Making those little changes truly do make your life so much better. Thank you, dreamers, so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time to just hear me yap about whatever I want to yap about. And I wanted to let you guys know I am actually streaming more consistently than I have before. I'm still streaming once a week. For the time being, I'm enjoying solo queuing, playing Overwatch, Minecraft, Apex, Val, anything that I feel like doing, I end up streaming. So I'd love to see you in my chat. I would love to say hi to you and get to know you. And if you want to get to know me, feel free to follow and ask me questions. Thank you, dreamers, so much for hanging out again. I really do appreciate your time. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing week. And don't forget, keep on dreaming. Bye, guys.